This broadcast of As the Wasteland Burns was brought to you by Galaxy News Radio and our sponsors at Vault-Tec. Better living underground, now with fusion powered
butt plugs.
Yay!
You know, it's sad, but that was a normal intro, and I feel better.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of The Wasteland Burns. The group has arrived in Germantown. They've had a couple days to explore the main fortress, which was a large industrial park that was walled off, being controlled by the Baron. They know that, based upon the map that everybody can see there, that the town itself outside is abandoned, in the sense that anyone who is looking for safety and security is located somewhere within the complex, the fortress grounds themselves. Once they step out through the gate, it's a lawless area. There are two minor mercenary groups battling it out over typewriters that were found.
Typewriters.
Typewriters, functioning typewriters. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yep. That were found within a section of the city, or the old Germantown locale. Group has at least another full about 10-12 days before everything gear-wise and equipment-wise is available. Sorry. 4 more days before equipment-wise is available, and then another 11 to 12 days. So, have the ability right now to explore if you wish. I know you're waiting, Snake's waiting to get his armor. So if you wanted, but if you wanted to head into the swampy pits, yep, that's thank you. That's appearing on the map. You can, if you want to head out into the town itself, just to see what's out there. Just because they're telling you that the only civilized part is where you're standing, doesn't actually mean that the only civilized part is where you're standing.
I still want to go on explore Adictal.
I still want to figure out if the rumors about a vault are true.
Oh, okay. I'm cool with that. We could try to get a little more stuff, look for a vault. I don't really want to go into a fight without armor or big and chunky.
That is the big thing, though, because you are our tank.
Yes, so going without weapons or armor, well, Snake would be perfectly fine with that. It's maybe not the wisest.
Does the loincloth not grant you a bonus for armor?
The problem with that, in a swamp, it's chafing, so I gotta wear more than just a loincloth in a swamp. Yeah.
That thing's useless, right? Why do you even keep that around?
I'm actually disappointed that you think I'm that indiscriminate.
I mean, you're the one who's trying to cosplay as Grognak Barbarian, so don't look at me. I'm just making assumptions based off Grognak.
I'm not cosplaying.
Oh boy.
He is Grognak. He's the reincarnation.
Oh boy.
That's what
can
I
we get
said.
some electroshock therapy?
What did we roll for a couple weeks ago that was so funny? Warpy.
Roll for limpness.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Warpy, Sam was trying not to get hard.
Oh, you're awesome, Sam.
Yeah, right. Uh-huh. If I remember correctly, it was Snake and Calypso that pushed it onto us, so don't blame me 100%. Blame them. I just played along.
Yeah, it's so easy to just not take responsibility and just say it was somebody else that did it.
Uh-huh.
The cake didn't make me fat.
The cake was a lie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, I think that sounds
Great, I
good.
like.
Maybe deal with some Dictol and search for Vault. I'm down.
So, you haven't gone and group in general hasn't gone and talked to the Baron directly. You haven't talked to the merchants directly either, which you used to. Nor you've done the mercenaries and talked to various ones there, the guilds and such. All of them are offering, given the fact you're probably better than even their best person.
Really?
Is
Even the which one was it?
Mustangs the
Not the Mustangs. The are we armed even better than? Hold on. Looking through the notes. Are we armed even better than the Jackals?
The Jackals are comparable. They are better equipped than the people at Oakhallville, even though the KCB is makes most of the mods and whatnot. These guys have, from what you've seen, and there's not many that you see wandering around, even in the inns or the brothels. But those guys are wearing heavy combat armor and have original or as to original weapons compared to everybody else. They're mostly with energy-based weapons, what you can see. So, but they do have a leg up on firepower. They're the only scene in the 3 days that you've been here, besides at the gate. You've only seen a total of 4 power armor suits all walking around.
Right, and they've all been
In the Baron's possession.
Yep.
Miss Gray saw something on the elevator, big and hulking, but she could not, from the angle she was at, all she could see was the shadow.
Yep.
She's not sure what that is. So looking around, taking in what's there, you can, Snake. You can very well go to the floor that has the doctor's offices, the medical area, to see if you can, find something that you can salvage.
That is what I want to do.
Okay, Sam, you.
I assume I finished making the ammo.
Yeah. That you were done at this point in time. It'll cost the group to stay for the remaining 2 weeks 60 caps.
Not too bad. 60 caps a person?
Yes.
Okay, 60. Okay, once more, not too bad.
That will provide you with room and board. It's kind of like continental breakfast. Whatever's there is what you get. But hey, at least you don't have to pay for it, type of deal. At the place that you're staying, you can augment it with your own food or rations if you like, or you can cook. Or if you want to cook for yourself, you can do that too. Just don't burn the place down.
Yeah, we still need to go through and get travel rations, and potentially we probably want to see what work or odd jobs are being offered in the area, because that could be a good way to supplement our caps and help bring costs down.
Yep. So, Sam, you your best bet to gain information would be heading to the taverns and the like. To ask, it's like, hey, does anybody kick open the door and go, anybody know about any vaults around here? Haha. However you want to coach it to ask that type of question, but that's what you're trying to do. At least that's your best choice. Or given the fact that the vault would be somewhere outside of this location, head into Germantown, the downtown area itself, and out there, the local swamp folk, see who can possibly tell you that way. That's also an option.
And pray that they're not cannibals.
No, I think you got a feeling from the Baron and the way this place is, run. Between them and the merchant guilds, they've run a tight ship.
Here, yes.
Right,
there,
but also they got to be able to bring the caravans in and out. They got to be able to move, to sell the. This place is for all intents and purposes, business.
And they
Notice
want
that
to be
there's
civilized to attract business.
yes. You notice that there wasn't any places selling food. Yeah, not selling food. There wasn't any other than small plots here and there as you're walking through the entire area. There's no farms in the locale. So anything food that they're bringing from the outside. You know that the merchants themselves have from what you've heard, have a pretty good lock on some of the things. So wherever that's coming in from, the merchants are probably getting their cut for that. So this is a specialized niched area, if you will. It does have, like you said, it does have odd jobs. It does have things for, all the mercenaries are always looking for people. This is the place where the young kid, the wastelander from working at the Bloat 5 farm, wants to come in and make his bones and make his money, and ends up dead 3 days later because he realizes that it ain't all cracked up to be. Place is a hard environment, if you will. I will go over to.
So the swamp folk probably get protection and supplies from the fortress. Got it.
Or in
exchange for providing food and other goods.
Yeah, and there's no way that everything is buried just deep within one location. You can't believe that they're telling you everything at that point in time.
This is literally just a commercial center.
Yeah,
got it.
Yeah, and only because the map's messed up. Give me a minute. I'm going to create a new macro. Well, hold on. This macro map's messed.
Just remember, there's nothing to see up here.
And this one. Okay, so I'm going to switch over to the macro map real quick. Okay, so the map changed if you need to load. So currently, right now, the group is here in this fortified area. You know that the swamp area begins somewhere by the railroads. Past that, so there's docks. But these few, areas of green is the only spots that might have nothing has crops like your Asheville does. So the swamp itself has green surrounding it, but that's about it. The people are out picking the wasteland bounty, given the time of year. But so there's got to be stuff going on.
We also have the mission from COG to see if we can find their supplies at the rail yard.
Yep. This large ruined structure, which is outskirts of town, is, and you can see part of it from here. There are, thank you, Miss Gray. There are large towers. One of which is lit at night. Not torchlight, actual electric lights.
What do locals say about that?
Make me a speech charisma roll.
Oh boy.
Yeah, this gives you a chance to role play a little bit then.
Speech charisma. Nope.
Some of the people, most people, it's grunts, or they just kind of look at you like you're what we call is a wrist, and
A wrist.
Yeah, wrist, RIST, wrist. If you can figure out the other 3 letters that go before that, can you figure it out?
Asshole?
Do it. No, 3. Well, asshole is 7 letters, but yes.
A snake.
No, it took me a minute. I was like, wait a minute, asterisk? No. Tourist, outsider, tourist.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So they
No trick questions on Saturdays.
Sorry, my bad. So most of them kind of you ask, nobody responds with anything telling you about what it is. Snake. So who's with Sam while he's doing this?
Not it.
Not it.
Yeah.
No.
I guess I'm all alone.
Worst of all.
Saval was following around Snake to make sure he doesn't get into too much trouble.
Sally, Sue, and I are playing checkers.
Okay. You find it intact. The pieces are, the board's intact. The pieces have been replaced with various things. No bottle caps. So sorry, Sally, you can't keep the playing pieces. But you find stuff that you're able to, Bartle and James, sitting on the porch whittling away. So Snake, you and Saval to the medical area.
Yep.
Step through. Have your helmet off. Stringent smell of alcohol and cleaning. Is makes your eyes water. And after takes a moment, the diminutive little the man standing there looking at you. It's like, well, you don't look hurt. What can I do for you? You can't be more than 4.5 feet.
I'm looking for some Addictol.
Hey, wake
You
up.
asking for yourself or for a friend? And he looks at you, Saval.
Does it matter?
No, not really. Follow me.
Okay.
He heads down the hall. You pass several rooms, and most of them are empty. Some have people that are up. One guy has both his arms and his legs up, hanging above his head, kind of like the Karate Kid, but just like in a prone position. Sweep the leg. And he walks over to a desk, and you see this large brute of a man standing there, and he's trying to be going 1, 3. Hey Doc, how's it going?
Counts like Snake.
1, 2. Who's your friends? 1. Doc looks up, looks at him, and just get the tongue depressors counted, okay? Okay, Doc. Where was I? 1. The doc just rolls his eyes and he's like, okay, so you need a Addictol.
Yes.
So let me take. I was about to say take off your pants and cough and let me see, but that's a whole different game we'll be playing at that point.
Bend over.
Nice to meet you, Ben. So he's looking at you, like he goes over to he pulls out a key, goes over to a heavy metal cabinet. He unlocks it, opens it up, takes another key out, unlocks a smaller door inside, opens that up, and he takes out a case and he sits it out on the table.
Yes.
So
Good.
I can sell you 1.
Okay. What's the catch?
He face palms. He's like,
You don't have anything that's permanent, do you? Like that would prevent addiction?
Don't take drugs, kids.
well, he looks at